Evening, everybody. Welcome to the channel, Old Guys Inc. Here's what I'm going to talk to you about today. Do you want to learn how to do toes to bar? I got the number one thing that you need to do, and I don't even need to be in the gym to explain it or show it. Here's the answer. It's not what you do, it's what you don't do. If you want to learn toes to bar, do not substitute hanging knee raises. There it is, done. I could stop the video right there, but in all honesty, man, hanging knee raises just kill me. They are ridiculously easy. People rep them out way too quickly. There's almost no progression literally thrown in with hanging knee raises, other than the fact that you're at least working some grip strength by hanging from the bar, which is a stretch at best. They are really doing absolutely zero to progress you towards a toe to bar. So you could consider it a scale, possibly. However, to me, the right word should not be scaling in any of CrossFit workouts. It should be progression. What progression are you at, right? What part of the process towards getting to the movement you want to get are you? And so what a lot of people do is they just get stuck in the same old scales, and they're not actually progressing through those scales in a uniform, in a planned out fashion to get to the end result. So this really could relate to any movement in CrossFit. I feel scaling is not really done appropriately for most people, but toes to bar is probably the number one. I mean, I see people doing hanging knee raises for years. Probably the best and the most easiest thing to do might be like a V-up. I mean, something that's actually difficult and takes a legitimate amount of core strength and isn't really just working your hip flexors in a super simple movement. So I would suggest, if you're not going to be on the bar, that you do something like V-ups. I mean, they're fairly hard. You can replace those about 1 for 1, and it works out. If you're doing hanging knee raises, I mean, you'd need to do about 100 to equal, a fraction of that, maybe 10 toes to bar. I mean, in all honesty, it would be a very small number of toes to bar that would give you that same benefit. I would do toes to bar. So what do I mean? You say, well, I can't do toes to bar. Well, no, I would do a progression. I would get my toes as close to the bar as I could. There you have it. That's the number one and best progression for toes to bar. Practice hanging from the bar, swinging, practicing your kip, using your core, using your hip flexors, and practice getting your feet up as close to the bar as you can. What that'll do is that will progress you, and eventually you will be able to get your feet higher and higher, and eventually they will get to the bar. Positive attitude. Now, I understand the thought behind hanging knee raises, maybe for competitions, the open, you do want to have some sort of a standard height. I get that. If you're just going to your class workout of the day and you're not able to do toes to bar, then you really shouldn't be worried about your score during that workout. You should be worried about the ultimate goal, which is getting your core stronger, improving your gymnastics, and reaching the full range of motion of the toe to bar. That's the goal. Your scores, while you're trying to get there, really are irrelevant. You might want to pick some arbitrary marks for yourself where you're looking out ahead and you're like, hey, I want my feet to get this high. I'm trying to get them at chest level. I'm trying to get them at face level, eye level, above my head, 6 inches from the bar, whatever it is. And then use that as your standard to hold yourself to during the workout. But just to wrap this up, I feel like at the gyms that I'm at, that I coach at, that I work out at for years and years and years, toes to bar is probably one of my top 3 movements that I see people struggle with. probably right up there with muscle ups, chest to bar pull-ups, and toes to bar, especially linking toes to bar together. And everybody scales them. A lot of people scale them in a way that I don't think is a progression towards getting them. So next time you are doing a workout that involves toes to bar, do old guy here a favor and just try to get your feet as high as you can and get your toes as close to the bar as you can. Thanks, guys. Hey, do me a favor. Like, subscribe, comment. Let me know, what do you do for toes to bar if it's not hanging knee raises? Do you have a scale that's super awesome and you're like, Clay, dude, there's a totally awesome progression. You didn't even talk about it. That wasn't the object of this video, was not to tell you all these different scales you could do. I basically told you what I think you should do, and that's just try to get your toes as close to the bar as you can every rep. But I'm sure there's a lot of really good information out there of other things besides hanging knee raises. And hey, let's share it in the comment. Educate me, educate other people, and let's keep working on those advanced gymnastics. Let's keep advancing through progressions towards our goals for our fitness. Thanks, guys. Like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Take care.